Okay, this is on the Morris job, 55823. Install tomorrow on 616 by Hayden. So this is the outdoor unit. So I'll run it by Lance, but for the flue, he wants to run 2-inch PVCs. But I think we should just put a regular 3-inch concentric on here. That way it'll just fit. Sorry, a 2-inch concentric, which is 3-inch pipe on the inside diameter. Anyway, the outdoor AC, we're going to just replace the pad with the new one. Reuse the existing disconnect. We're going to run a new line set, and the furnace room is right on the other side of this wall. So I'm going to pause it and we'll go down there. Okay, so the max breaker for this unit is 25 amp, and we have a 30 amp GE, so Parker will need to replace this breaker with a 25 amp GE. Okay, so going to replace this furnace. So you can see the flue just goes straight out the back wall, as well as the line set. So I have a cut line right here, right there, and from here to here, but I gave you a patch for this side. So I gave the patch the same as the 1-inch out for this, so you can just use one slip on the front, one slip on the back, and one slip on the side, you know, to make it look nice rather than a patch. But so this here, you're gonna have to shorten up. I just take this off right here, and let's see. Well, that is 8-inch. Okay, don't throw away these 90s. Keep these 90s just in case you need them for the return air, because we're going to add a return air right here, down low into the bedroom. So just shorten that up, and if you don't need the 90s, I just straighten it up with just 190, so it's coming out level. But yeah, keep the 90s, because on our new drop, we're going to have an 8-inch round come off with the 90, and you can possibly come off the side of the duct here too, and just come straight over, just depending. We don't want to go in front of the water heater, of course, but depending on what we can do with the pipes given. But anyway, so right here, I did give you panning to pan down the wall, just because I don't know if there's headers back here. If there is headers, we'll obviously have to take them out. So make sure there's no headers in the wall, but you have to pull out the insulation. And if you want to leave the sheetrock and just seal it, great. If not, you can probably put the panning up and then put the sheetrock on top of it. Or whatever you want to do there. I gave you panning, so use it if you need to. But anyway, and I gave you starting collar on each side. So our new furnace, it'll sit 1.5 inches from the 2x4 wall, 5 inches from the sheetrock, but that's so it'll clear this. Right now it's sitting 4.5. It'll sit on a base, duct just as it shows. I have no canvas, so I have a cut line right here, and I'm gonna make this in either a lap fitting or see if they can just, I'm gonna write snap lock, so hopefully they can just snap lock it, even though it's shorter than 6.5 inches. Actually, it'll only be 5, so I'll have to do it, or it'll be 5.5. I'll have to do it, you know, lap fitting, where the front is bent out 1/2 inch. Okay, So no canvas, so anyway. So 5-inch wide filter box, then the duct, just as it shows. So I made the duct 12 inches instead of 10. It's going to be 2 inches into this pipe. So that's why I offset it back 2 inches. So we're going to offset it back 2 inches, so then it'll be flush with same as this one. I put your canvas connector right here. So it won't interfere with that. But if it does, if for some reason we're hitting this, you can just undo this screw and turn this valve around and put the screw back in, and then we'll be fine. But yeah, okay. So combustion air, we're just going to shorten, as I said, to vent. We're going to vent 2-inch PVC. So on the carrier, they come out the side. So you're going to have one on top of the other. So you're concentric when you bring it in, if Lance says it's okay to use that. If not, I'll give you a flat. But make sure your air intake, your things, your Y is pointing down, and we just run one on top of the other. Okay. So your gas, so from your caulk, you're just gonna replace the flex and basically redo what they've done. So the AC, I went over that. Drain just to the floor, standard order. I'll give you a 3/4 by half T. The carriers used to require a 3/4 by half T. I'm not sure what they need now, but thermostat, infinity thermostat. Make sure you set up the Wi-Fi and everything with him is communicating. Return air, so I went over that, but on the other side of this room is I believe her master bedroom. I'm not sure, but her bedroom, and we're going to add a 14 by 8 flat grill right above the baseboard. And that is it.